now a fishing legend in his own mind, Rick Jordan.
Fishing legend, by golly, let's go fishing. Unfortunately, we can't for two reasons, big reasons. Ice on the lake, and there's no season.
All right, other than that, it's windy, too. You don't want to go out on the lake today.
Oh, man. Secret Lake, the last couple of 3 days, has been making sounds like it wants to quit having ice.
I suppose.
Sometimes when it's really cold, we hear boom, crack. And now as it softens up a little bit in springtime with the sun out, and it's trying to crack its way to open water. So we're on the frenzy. Sorry I hadn't been here for a while, but things happen. I'm seeing a little bit better.
That's good.
Let's have some fun today. Are we going to kick this off with Russ Francisco or what?
I hope so.
Russ, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How's things out there on the east end of the world?
Well, we're loading trailers on the west side right now, getting ready for the home show. But it's windy and it's cold, and we have been fishing really good out in the big lake, but not today.
Thank you for bringing that up. I'd forgotten about that. So what's the catch out on the big lake?
It's mostly cohos. There had to be, I think without exaggerating, 100 boats out on the lake yesterday. Pretty nuts. And lots of people from Minneapolis are coming. This happens every time we have a good early coho bite because walleye is not open, and bass or anything else, so people have nothing to do, so they come from all over the place to do open water fishing, and it ends up being here.
If by accident we say we're looking for a trout-like species and we catch walleyes or northerns, it's got to go back in, right?
It does, and most people are. We don't have that on the North Shore much. Most of it's on the South Shore, but there's not too many people fishing the South Shore. It's all on the North Shore right now.
The put-in would be McQuaid Road, I expect.
Yes, well, McQuaid Road, Two Harbors, Knife River, when it's open. I see a few people coming out of the Duluth side, but most of them are coming out of McQuaid.
The river is open?
A lot of it is. Yeah. A lot of it is. I don't know if I'd be running a boat very fast up and down it right now, but there's still some trunk ice around and things like that. But yeah, it's pretty well open. I would think, other than this burp of cold weather we're having here, if it would have stayed in the 40s, high 40s and sunshiny, I think it would be open completely everywhere. But it's pretty close.
Good. So we're getting ready for all kinds of things, from deer hunting banquet to... the trout banquet, too, is coming up in a couple of weeks. You know anything about that?
Which one?
Yeah, that's right. There's so many of them. Well, I know the trout opener would be this weekend, right, for Wisconsin?
The steelhead season opens in Brule this weekend.
Yeah.
Of course, it's open all the time on the North Shore. We just don't have any water. But this rain and snow will help. So we'll get some water in the creeks, and people can go after the wily steelhead.
The wily steelhead. I know my son will go out there first thing in the morning, probably leave at 3 o'clock from town and come home at 5 in the afternoon and say, I know what he's going to say. Fantastic fishing. But he's been known to exaggerate.
I see. No, it should be good. The South Shore should be good. In the morning we should have some rain, but not too bad. By the afternoon it ought to be snowing, so I'm thinking it's going to be an early finish is what it looks like right now. We'll see what Mother Nature actually gives us, and it's going to be one of those years.
I'm not familiar with the Brule, other than walk down it a couple of times.
Yeah.
Is it it's spring-fed? Does it freeze solid in the winter?
Oh, some of it does, yeah. Actually, it's funny. I was talking to my neighbor at the store. Works for the DNR, and he's in charge of the tinder areas, right? The swamps that feed the rivers and things like that. And the Brule actually can take water from as far up as Lake Nevagaman.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's that dividing point right there, isn't it? One south, one north.
And they've cleaned that up, and they took out the old train trestles and everything. I mean, it's pretty cool what Wisconsin has done. They've done a really nice job there. Back when Mr. Pratt used to be there, and all those folks, and that's when it started, and they continue on.
Yeah,
good thing.
I remember we talked with him one time, a long time ago. Long time.
Smart guy. Yep.
In fact, we've got some pretty darn good people helping us manage our fishing up this way.
Yep, for sure.
Both sides of the lake. Some good deals at Marine General.
Okay, so we're ready to go for summer. We put all the winter away, and if you find something that we forgot in a corner, like an ice rod or something like that, you're welcome to the special that was on it. But I think we very well got it put away. So all the rain gear is out. We've got rain gear from you're going to probably be starting needing it, $16 to $600, and it's all 20% off. All the life jackets are out; they're all 20% off. We've got water skis and tubes out. Believe it or not, I think it's the earliest we've ever had them out, but they came, so we put them out. We've got lots of electronics. So interesting thing, electronics is getting cheaper. Well, all the talk you hear about in the inflation and the tariffs and stuff, a lot of the stuff we're selling has gotten less expensive. I don't get it, but it's good. And so depth souders, Lowrance is going to drop the prices on their units anywhere from $500 to $700 a unit.
Wow.
That's already happening in the store, but you'll read about it after the first of the month. You're going to see all the Garmin units, LiveScope units are all on sale. You can save anywhere from $300 to $500. Humminbird isn't running much for specials, but they can't keep up. That new Explorer unit is so good. It's so popular. They can't make enough of them. So we got them in stock right now, though, so we're doing pretty good shape. So there's lots of good stuff happening, rods and reel specials, things like that. So manufacturers, so a lot of the stuff we're selling right now is less expensive than it was last year, which doesn't make any sense at all, but you never know in this industry what they got in mind.
I haven't bought a new piece of electronic equipment as a depth finder or whatever we want to call those things.
Look at that new Humminbird Explorer, and it'll knock your socks off. They did a heck of a job.
That's what I was getting at. In 10 or 12 years, the improvements they made are space-age equipment.
Pretty nice.
I wish my wife could get a job. Hey, Russ, thank you. What's the hours at Marine General?
96 Monday through Saturday, 9 to 3 on Sunday, marinegeneral.com all the time. And if you have any questions and you're outside the area, call 800-777-8557. We ship every day.
Thank you, Russell. I appreciate it so much. Dave?
Yes?
2 weeks ago, I wrote some stuff down.
Oh, okay.
I can't read it today.
All right.
I defy you to try and read that.
I don't think I can read that either.
I think
it's not because I have bad eyes. It's just the penmanship leaves something to be desired.
Well, it was bad eyes going onto the piece of paper.
I got you.
And I have no idea what I wrote down.
Well, I do know we'll be getting a hold of Pat Kukel here in a bit.
Patkukle.
Something like that.
Superior Shooter Supply, and we'll be right back.
The Fishing Frenzy with Rick Jordan.
924 and a half.
Wow, you're pretty well. It's 924 on the nose.
Oh, is it?
Right now, yeah.
Darn it.
You're pretty close, though. You're within the ballpark. That's what we need.
Back of the frenzy, the Friday outdoor frenzy. We're going to call this a fishing frenzy. And then we go over to Superior Shooter Supply, who does not have a rod, a reel, or a minnow in the store.
We don't. Not that we're against it. But we have a lot of guns and reloading, and we have safes, and we have ammunition, so we're fun, too.
You darn right you are. You're premier shop in the North Country here for that.
Thank you.
Are people still, or are they buying gun safes and keeping it safe and cool?
Absolutely. We just got a nice fresh load in. We sold 3 this week, as a matter of fact. Good. And I will have one of our newer models at the sports show this weekend. We hauled it over there to the Westman Arena so they can take a look at it. It's called Yellowstone. I don't know if they picked up on that series or not, but it's a nice-looking safe, kind of middle of the road, not too cheap, not too expensive. They did a nice job on it. So we are it goes in flurries. In spring, I don't know why, but spring is, I suppose, for one thing, it's no fun hauling safes around in the winter. Yeah. But I think that's part of the thing they're thinking about it. And of course, we have laybys on safes. We always tell people they can sit back here until you're ready to haul them. That's not a problem, and I think that helps too. So, yeah. So we do have them. We're getting our booth together quite nicely, and the show, of course, begins this evening at 5 o'clock. And the seminar since we were talking about fishing, is at 6 p.m. Lake Superior Fishing. Captain Rob Herring will be. That's always a real popular.
What a
seminar.
Great name for a fishing guy.
I was thinking that too.
Well, I never put that together until I talked to you right now.
I think it's a little fishy that he would use that name.
Yeah, it is. Tomorrow there'll be safe boating by the Coast Guard. Our own Dan Parkinson's going to have muzzleloading black powder at noon, and Pete Krause turkey hunting, and Brian Brosdahl, the Fisherman of the Year.
Bro.
And then, I know, bro. And all day, and this is on Saturday, and only Saturday they're going to have the antler scoring. So that will be there. If if you've got a prize, bring it in and see and have it scored. So,
hey Pat, good. I got a few minutes here, and I want to get into that. What makes a good brack, and how do they score it? What makes it better than the one I got?
The brow tines, the length of the brow tines, the spread, the thickness at the base. It's pretty, and don't ask me to say more than that because that's about it. But it's kind of like a science almost. Mm-hmm. So they can, so we haven't had anybody be scoring for a few years. So that would be all day Sunday. They'll be there.
And these
Saturday. Oh my God, I almost screwed up. Saturday.
And these are not sheds that we find laying around in the woods.
Oh, you can have anything.
Oh, can we?
Yeah, yeah, you can. It doesn't matter.
Once it's scored, then you can say my rack's bigger than yours and be absolutely
you can
true.
do that.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
You can do that indeed. Yeah. Yeah.
My mind is racing here.
Well, your mind, I don't know where it goes some days, but that's okay.
Pat, I
and
don't
then
know.
we've got on Sunday we have again black powder hunting and turkey calling, but Bro's going to give a seminar on the fishing locators, live scope fishing locators. So that would be something that a lot of people maybe are interested in.
Oh, yeah.
They're almost mini computers, that's for sure.
Yeah, this is the ultimate fishing aid right there.
Yeah, it is.
It'd be kind of like going hunting for deer with a machine you could put at the end of your gun that says, there's a deer behind that tree 20 yards away.
Yeah. I never really thought about it, but you're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it would be like. But, I guess it's when you think back the way things used to be and the way it is now, we sure have undergone a lot of changes. But I always say in reference to what we do here, I still say more deer were shot with the old Winchester 30-30s, at least in the state of Wisconsin and Minnesota, than anything else.
Well, and then we could go to, I don't know, the old-fashioned rifle where you had to load it by hand and all that.
Yeah, that was, it's slow though. It's again when that reignited. Excuse the pun. It's been about 15 years, and now holy smokes, nothing even close. You've got the pellets. You don't have to measure. You don't have to worry about corrosion. I mean, it's unbelievable. Another thing, too, is air guns, although that in Europe they have used air guns for quite some time for game, and not just as catching on here with the air guns.
CO2 cartridges or pump up? Or?
No, not CO2. Those are pretty worthless.
Okay.
The pump, yeah, and in larger calibers, and I forget, it's not a big thing. Here we just have the standard like 177, 22, and some 25.
Okay.
But in Europe, that's been around for quite a while. So,
really?
Yeah, and that's not really new. I mean, it's new here, but not there. Go ahead.
Would it be legal here if we brought a gun from Europe?
Legal. No, you can buy them here now, and don't ask me any more than that because I can't remember the manufacturers. There's not a lot of call, but it is legal in Wisconsin. And I don't remember the calibers. And maybe next time I'll take a better look at that and we can talk about it.
I had a guy tell me.
I hate lying too much,
Well, hey, I had a guy tell me that his rifle that he bought just a few years ago was made in Europe or Eastern Europe.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's not unusual.
It's true, huh?
I mean, oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, most of our shotguns, huge majority of shotguns are made in Turkey.
That's what he said, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the huge amount. Mm-hmm. For one thing, they have walnut there. There's a huge amount being made there, and there's not a thing wrong with them.
No kidding.
And don't forget, when you're talking about Europe, the Italians are the finest gun makers in the world, as far as I'm concerned, and they've been at it a lot longer than anybody else. So, there's nothing finer than an Italian shotgun, in my opinion, and they've been at it a long time. So that's not unusual.
Name some brands.
Beretta.
Oh, Beretta, of course. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Prozzi. Yeah, and there's many others, yeah. So, I'm not against American-made, but it's not just us, and they're made all over the world, of course. But the thing with turkey is we've gotten away from walnut over here because we don't have any. And these guns are coming, and they're mostly inexpensive guns with this great wood on them, and we go, holy smoke, look at that wood. Kill for that.
Whatever works. That's fun. Some good deals?
Well, we've got a whole bunch of deals going on. And for one, I have good news on trap loads. Some of them we thought we were going to go way sky high, and they're holding pretty much, except for Winchester. That's always good news. We're going to start getting better deals now on primers. The powder there's not much we can do about that, unfortunately. We do have some good deals on clothing at our booth at the sports show, and whatever else comes along. We always try to do the best we can for our customers. Yeah, one good thing I need to tell you quickly is Browning. Browning has a 10% rebate on their rifles and shotguns, 10% mail-in rebate on the total price of the new firearm, and that's good through April 15th.
And your show is at Westman Arena. It
is. Starts tonight at 5 o'clock. It's tonight's Saturday and Sunday. It closes at 5. The ticket's $8. It's good for all weekend, and the parking is free.
Is there a grand prize for drawing?
$2,000.
Whoa.
I know. And your ticket, when you buy your ticket, they put you right in the big prize bin.
Bingo. I'm in.
You got her. Okay.
Pat Kukl, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Lots of fun. Oh, look at the time. 9:33. 3. Yeah, that's what it's going to say.
All right. We'll be right back.
The Fishing Frenzy with Rick Jordan.
The beat goes on. The beat goes on. Drums keep pounding a rhythm to
Sonny
the
and Cher.
Mm-hmm. Sonny's the one on the left.
The little guy?
Yeah. Cher's
What's
the one.
his real name?
Salvatore Bono.
And her name?
I forget.
Cher Alleman?
Cheryl somebody.
Yeah.
But she just went with Cher.
Cheryl.
Yeah.
John Charlstrom's real name is John Charlstrom.
Yeah.
I've met his parents.
Yeah.
Hey, what's your mom up to? I haven't talked to her for a while.
I will be seeing her and Dad this afternoon. It's his birthday, and me and Lenny will be up there celebrating at 5 o'clock.
Okay. Open party?
I think so. If you're free, swing on by in Floodwood.
Oh, Floodwood. That's a long drive.
Yeah.
The last open party we had at your Charlstrom's shop there was, your wedding.
Oh, yeah. That's already a couple of years ago.
Wow. Time flies, isn't it?
Time flies.
Well, we're a lot of fishermen are sitting on their hands because, well, A, there's not many seasons open, and B, there's a heck of a lot of ice, right?
Yeah, and, with the nicer weather we had over the last few weeks, so many guys have been putting their boats in at McQuaid, and you had a bunch of people out there trolling. But in today's wind, I don't think there's going to be many guys out there trolling today either because it's nasty out there.
What are the winds, Dave? You got them over there?
18 gusting to 32 at the airport and 29 gusting to 36 at the harbor.
Oh, boy. Keep it in the garage, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pull out the surfboard today.
I had heard an early forecast that we could expect winds over 40s.
Yeah, and that's coming down the lake too. That's going to be pretty rough.
Well, wait till it calms down and we could put our boats in at McQuaid or somewhere and catch some pretty decent fish. What have you heard out there for the big lake?
I've been hearing lots of coho and that kind of that section from about the Rose Garden to about halfway to Leicester. It's been pretty decent. I got out one day myself, and I can see why all the fish are there. Cause boy, there's some humongous bait clouds.
Really?
So that must be our smelt that are staging for the April run. So
yeah,
I'm getting pretty excited about the smelting season, and I gotta get all my ducks in a row for that.
Only one time did I actually see that cloud on my depth finder, and I'd like to see it again. But I got a new depth finder, so it'll be even a bigger crowd.
All right.
So that would be behind Glen Sheen then.
Yeah, that Glen Sheen area. When I've been when I've been out with the running group lately, because we run down in that area, and I'm always, anytime I get a chance to peek over and see the lake, I'm seeing a good cluster of boats out there. So yeah, that's kind of the spot.
Wow. And don't forget to get a new license for fishing.
Yes, if you don't have a license that says 25 on it, it's time to come in and get a new one. It'd be a good time to do it, too, because if you wait until fishing opener, then you have to stand in line. And I can tell you right now, there are no lines at the bait shop.
Okay. I think I need a license for the boat, too. I think that's expired.
Yeah, good time of year to get all them requirements taken care of, and then you don't have to think about it the rest of the summer.
And if you don't have a hankering for fishing, you can always do the archery at Charlestrom's. Tell us about that.
Well, we have a turkey season coming up in the next few weeks, and there's more and more guys that are going for the challenge of shooting a turkey with a bow or a crossbow. And we've been getting a few of them out the door over the last few weeks, and hopefully we see some more customers with some tax returns looking for some archery equipment, because the archery is about as quiet right now as the bait shop is, and it'd be really nice to get some people all rigged up with some new equipment and send them out the door.
So you got real personal service right there at Charlestrom's. Johnny, I remember as a kid, a younger teenager, hunting birds. We had not a pointed arrow, but more of a dum-dum on the end. Is that still the way to go?
The most popular item these days for using for like the small game hunting is it's called a judo point, and it screws into the end of your arrow kind of the same as a field tip. Yeah. But instead of having big razor blades on it like a deer head, it's more of a blunt head with some wires sticking out of it, and they do a real good job on squirrels and partridges and bunnies.
Oh, the problem was if it was shooting up at a tree to a squirrel, probably missing it, it would stick in the tree. Is that that would preclude that, wouldn't it? With that different.
It might, but I know my luck. If I shoot at something in a tree, my arrow's going to be up there, and then I gotta climb a tree, which doesn't go so easy these days.
I always sent the neighbor kid up to get it.
Yeah, just leave it up there for next time.
Yeah, I'll get it.
On a day like today, maybe the wind would blow it out.
Yeah, maybe so. All right, nobody's bragging about the fish they catch, are they?
Not a whole lot. Just hearing guys talk about over the last couple weeks with getting out in front of 21st or 26th and fish in that Glen Sheen area. So like that's been about the hottest ticket. And we got the last of the crappie fishermen getting out over these last couple of days. They say the shorelines on the lakes are starting to get a little rough. So
okay,
if you're going to go out and try that, have a care because some of that ice is starting to get pretty rough, and where you walk on, it's going to be that ice always seems to go rotten right next to shore first, and so have some of those knee-high boots because you might be stepping into some gross slushy stuff just to try to get out there.
Well, you used the right word there, rotten, so very careful. Yeah. Hours for Charleston's on Rice Lake Road, please.
Bait shop opens up every morning at 6, archery at 9. We close them together at 8 and 7 on Sundays.
Johnny, keep a tight line. Spring is in the air.
Spring is in the air. All right.
Thank you. All right, good chat there. Well, we got to take a break. We'll see what's cooking here. More on the Frenzy on KDAL.
The KDAL Morning Show.
Beep, beep, 55444. I smell smoke in the auditorium. Charlie Brown.
Remember that one? The Coasters.
I had a kid in high school.
Charlie Brown. Why is everybody always picking on me?
Who was blessed with the name of Charlie Brown.
Oh, really?
And right behind him sat a kid named Bill Bailey.
Oh, my goodness. How about that?
They always had a running gag.
Right. And right in front of him, Dave Miller, probably.
Could have been.
I don't know.
Dave Miller? You mean the guy from Northwest Outlet in Superior?
Yeah. And you know what? I know where you can get rubber boots, rain gear, cold weather clothing, cold weather boots, warm socks, hats. We should sell anchors because we could put them in our pockets right now with this wind that's going to be blowing.
Ooh, yeah.
But it's like getting ready for this exciting weekend coming up.
Well, I got a pal named Steve Young that also is looking for such things. Where would that be, Dave?
Well, you might find it at Northwest Outlet in Superior.
Whoa, there you go, right across the bridge that's open.
Yeah, right. We're working on all kinds of plans relating to bridges closing and bridges staying open and getting people in and getting people out and making it a fun and exciting experience.
It should be. It should be a fun and exciting experience. And you've been doing this a long time, of everything from shoes to sweatshirts and sweatpants. Oh, yeah, and outdoor equipment.
Yes, yeah. You know, it's like walking in the door right now. It's a lot of stuff is changing because there's sandals out now and all kinds of stuff. But like yesterday, a gentleman was in right at the end of the day, bought a nice pair of winter boots.
Oh, did he?
And yeah.
On sale?
Yep. And got those and was heading out. But at the same time, he was buying camping gear for a trip coming up this summer. So, getting ready for that. But we got all the boots, the neoprene rubber boots, the insulated stuff, the hiking shoes, the trail shoes, all the summer hats I see are out now, but then the work gloves and all that kind of stuff. And then you get into the next room and it's all a Columbia North Face, a lot of season changing stuff there. But we still got out the warm winter jackets, and most of them are all on clearance right now. And then you go into the Carhartt, and there's all kinds of winter and springtime summer Carhartt, and you go into the ladies side, and there's all the kids and ladies spring stuff, and summer stuff is starting to come out with still winter clearance on the winter stuff and camping gear, and it's a fun place right now.
Is there anything coming down the pipe that you say, hey, that's really cool and new?
That's a good question.
Should have warned you.
There's been a bunch of little things, but now I'm trying to think what's out there that kind of caught my eye. Gosh, I was all fired up for all kinds of other stuff.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
But But there is, there's all kinds of kind of new and innovative stuff coming out for getting out there camping and fishing and stuff like that. So we're looking good. But today and tomorrow, I got a feeling there's going to be a few people coming in looking for warm stuff. A lot of hoodie sweatshirts right now.
I'm a great believer in hoodie sweatshirts, and I also had my waders on, my chest waders, that I bought from John Messina at Northwest Outlet.
And you've had them that long, and they don't leak?
They do not leak, no.
Oh, that's amazing, those things have a way of kind of deteriorating, I think, mostly from lack of use and sitting in a corner.
Or mice.
But, yeah, man, that'll make them short rubber boots in a hurry, yeah. Yeah, boy, that's great. And, yeah, I use mine once or twice a year when it comes to putting docks in or taking docks out. But the one thing I have found is I put 303 on them, which is just a UV protectant and stuff. And I also, once they're all good and dry, I put them in a plastic garbage bag and seal it up so the atmospheric ozone and stuff isn't getting at them. And that does seem to make them last longer.
Well, see, you did bring up something new, 303. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't sell it either. But, it's a non-petroleum, like Armor All, that's a petroleum-based stuff. Yeah. And the 303 is it's kind of comes out of the aircraft thing, if I remember right, originally. But good, really good stuff, and doesn't cause all the issues that the petroleum stuff causes. So good stuff.
How about some hours at Northwest Outlet Superior?
Sure. We are open Monday through Friday, 9 until 6, Saturday, 9 to 5:30. We're closed on Sundays because we got to go out and try and find some ticks now. And I met a guy the other day that had a tick on his eyelid already, a deer tick on his eyelid. So
that's a long walk.
Folks, they are out and about. It's like tick checking every night, permethrin on your pants and your boots and stuff. Be careful. Keep an eye out.
Oh, very bad pun. Thank you. Thank you, Millsy. See you next week. That's cute. Well, Dave, if it came from the aeronautic industry, you being in the Air Force would know about that.
I know all about that stuff.
Okay.
Right.
We'll take a break then and find out more about it.
The Fishing Frenzy with Rick Jordan.
We got a good 9 minutes to talk with Matt King at Fisherman's Corner. Morning, Matt.
Morning. How are you?
Oh, just dandy. You know what that means. Not so good.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to be here today and glad to talk with you. You got everything going on, fishing, hunting, everything.
We do. We're every day getting more and more spring open water fishing stuff in. So we're getting the store stocked up and running some specials, and we're getting ready for turkey hunting and all of that good stuff. So yeah, we're kind of in full swing here. It's just getting things in, getting the store prepped, and then we'll waiting for the open water fishing to start, so the people are coming in.
Well, we've heard some stories from some of our other folks that they're doing pretty well on the North Shore, behind the I don't know what the mansion there.
Yeah, they're from Congdon to 21st, and even really, I've even heard some guys doing okay up at Two Harbors and such like that too. But yeah, the coho fishing has been just phenomenal. It's been really good. The lake is, in my talks with the DNR guys, the herring population and smelt population is really good, but the herring is really good. So those fish are thriving, just following around those herring and smelt schools, and they're just feeding, and that's why we've broken the record the last couple of years a few times.
They're just getting fatter and fatter. Last summer, I had last fall, a chance to fish with my buddy Steve Young, who had a camera that shot down. And it's the first time I've ever used a camera, and I always saw was a couple of sunfish. But can you imagine what you'd see in a camera underwater now?
In Lake Superior, it would be crazy because it's so clear, and you'd see all those big schools of fish and those salmon hanging out by them and chasing them, and yeah, it's I mean, stop up. We got flies and flashers for the cohos. We got stick baits. We got spoons. We got all that. We can get you out there. And then some guys are out shore fishing for them too, using trawlers and wax worms and bobbers. And they're we got spawn too. And so the coho fishing's been great. It's a good thing to see.
Any plugs and lures and stuff that work, or is it all live bait?
No, they're using flies and dodgers, and they're using stick baits. A lot of different kinds of stick baits, from X-Raps to bombers to challengers to you name it. And they're using a lot of those. Flies and flashers have been pretty good though, also, and so it's I mean they're doing well. Orange is one of the colors that I go to for those cohos. Also, like the clown, which is a yellow chartreuse with a red head. That's a pretty good one. I mean, there's several different good ones, but those are a couple that stand out. The oranges and then like that clown color, but there's lots of different ones.
Remember the old slogan, "Match the hatch"?
Yeah, there you go.
That's what you're doing there, isn't it, with that orange?
Yeah, they're chasing around all them fish, but cohos seem to really like that orange. They like that, but the guys that are fishing from shore, they're using crawlers, and they're using wax worms on I got local guy here that's been doing it for years at this store, tied up, they used to call them looper bugs.
Yep.
But, the cohos like them too, and they're like a marabou with a little bit of tinsel in them. I got a bunch of those here at the store too, and you tip that with a waxy under a bobber off the shore, and that does really well also. Cast and spoons, little Cleos, crocodiles, things like that. That's been good also.
Geez, that's my whole tackle box. I think you named about half the things I have in there.
Well, that's good. Those are good baits.
Yeah. Huh. They're not always that good if you're on an inland lake. So this is, again, a match the hatch for Lake Superior.
Yeah, we're Lake Superior. And then we did get, the other day, we got our flats of crawlers in. So soon guys will be going after sturgeon, too.
Oh.
The Rainy River is pretty big for that, along with the walleyes on the Rainy River. So
have you ever done that?
I have not. I would love to get up there, but that's usually during our pretty time. We're trying to get the store set here and stuff, and I try to sneak out turkey hunting once in a while in the morning. So, but yeah, that'll be a big thing. That's a big event up there. I just saw a post this morning. Birchdale is all cleaned out, so you can launch there. Okay. And the other landings are looking like they'll be thawed out here soon, and they'll be in there, doing some walleye fishing and fishing for sturgeon.
Now that would be between, I'm going to say, the Holiday Inn at International Falls and the spill into the big lake there to the west. Right.
All the way to Baudette.
To Baudette.
Yep.
And it's not very deep, isn't it? It's 6, 7, 8, 9 feet?
Yeah, I think so. Yep. And Birchdale's about in the middle there.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal up there. I mean, they'll have boats parked on that road there for 2-3 miles of people, trying to park their trailers and stuff. And, it's a big event, and it's some good fishing, and that can be excellent.
I got to tell you, one of our favorite DNR guys, and you know him, with the one with the cute smile. He was
Mr.
up there.
Duncan.
I didn't say that. He said there's a guy up there that he pinched. The guy just kept talking himself into a ticket. He said, the DNR guy said, "How much you got there?" And he says, "I got 3 or 4 or whatever." Pretty good. And what'd you get yesterday? He says, "Well, I got some back at the hotel, too." Boom. Busted. So be careful who you talk to and don't spill too much information.
Yeah.
All right. I need the hours for Fisherman's Corner.
Yeah, we're 8 to 6 Monday through Saturday, 8 to 5 on Sundays, and those hours have changed here in the first part of May when we get into open water season. And we got some great deals going on right now. Check us out on Facebook or fishermanscorner.net.
Beautiful.
And
great.
One thing to sneak in, April 5th, turkey seminar for free up here from 9 to 4.
Okay. And up here is Fisherman's Corner, close by Pike Lake, right across from the Dairy Queen on the north side of Highway 53. Strandy, thank you. Dave, thank you very much.